Let Fantasy Rugby Geek guide you through the new 2025 Guinness Women's Six Nations fantasy game. It's time to dust off the stats and study the player prices because the 2025 Fantasy Rugby game is now live. Between now and that opening kick in Belfast on the 22nd March, it is time to tinker strategies and start building a fantasy team that will guarantee victory against your friends, family, teammates, work colleagues, and the many other experts taking part from all over the globe. A quick overview of the core rules of the game, which will be very familiar if you played the men's Six Nations game. You have a budget of 230 stars to build a squad of 15 starters and one bench player. You can select any player named in the Guinness Women's Six Nations squads. However, each player has a different price, based on the player's reputation and likely performance in the game, so you need to manage your budget wisely and work to identify value players. Your team must consist of 3 back 3 players, 2 centers, 1 fly half, 1 scrum half, 3 back rows, 2 second rows, 2 props and 1 hooker, while your bench player can be from any position. It is important to note that you can only select a maximum of 4 players from the same country. The auto-pick function is available if you want a quick team before tinkering. In addition, for each round you will have 2 bonus chips you can assign to your selection. These are the captain and the super sub. These will be familiar to those who have played the game before, but for the uninitiated, the player you select as captain will have their points doubled, while the player you select as super sub will have their points trebled. It is important to clearly understand the super sub rules. You must select a player who is beginning the match on the bench. If you select a starter in the super sub position, you will only get half their points. There are strategies to the super sub selection, but more on that later. Points are awarded for a variety of attacking actions and defensive actions. From an attacking perspective, points are awarded for tries, 15 PTS for forwards and 10 PTS for a back. A tweak from last year's W6N game: try assists 4 PTS, try conversion 2 PTS, penalty kick 3 PTS, drop goal 5 PTS, defenders beat 2 PTS, carried meters 1 PT per 10 made and 50-22 kicks 7 PTS. While on the defensive side, points are awarded for tackles 1 PTS, breakdown steals 5 PTS and lineout steals 7 PTS. Finally, there is a massive 15 points on offer for the official player of the match, so choose carefully.